Well, I tell you, some days I get these in one take and sometimes it takes like 10 or more, but that's okay. Hey, thank you for joining me on the vlog here today. I'm Gregory, this is 1 in 20 D, and let's get right into this topic. I want to talk today a little bit about multi-classing. Now, I'm going to take this track in multi-classing. I just want to talk. This is kind of going to be a little bit more silly, lighthearted day here on the vlog. I want to just think about how we name our characters in the sense of what class they are. Because I love multi-classing. It's something I've done mostly because of story-related reasons in the game. However, there are times where I'm like, I want to see how two mechanics sort of work together or something like that. For instance, the most recent multi-classing I tried was taking a monk and a barbarian and smashing them together to see what happened when you came out the other side. Now, as far as I know, multi-classing has been available starting with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, and then it's something that has carried through all of the versions of D&D. For certain, it is very much available in 5e. Now, one thing that's always sort of thrown me off is like, how do you refer to your character? Is it a fighter cleric or is it a cleric fighter? And I know this is probably gonna seem really silly, but it's one of those things that has always drove me a little nuts. Like, what do you call your character? Because it's like, I'm playing a fighter. That's easy. I'm playing a sorcerer. No problem. But as soon as you're playing a fighter magic user, well, that seems like everybody would say fighter magic user, but what if you want to say, well, I'm playing a wizard fighter? Well, why would you say that? Is it only because of like how it comes up in the alphabet? Well, in that case, it would be always a cleric fighter, right? Because C comes before F. But here's the thought. What if we switch this on its head? What if we think about what is your primary class? What did you start out as? Then what did you multi-class into? So you might say, okay, well, I started my character as a cleric, and then I took a class level in fighter. I would call myself a cleric fighter because cleric was sort of the foundation. However, if you were on the other end where you started out as a fighter but somehow got connected with a deity or found your way into some kind of a reason to start healing people, and you decided to take a class leveling cleric, well, then you would refer to yourself as a fighter cleric. Then people would sort of know, hey, I'm a cleric who's also pretty good in a fight, or hey, I'm a fighter who can also maybe heal some of your wounds, right? And maybe I'm losing my mind. Am I losing my mind? I mean, this just felt like a fun, silly thing to talk about. I've been accused of, hey, you're making these videos without a script. It's like, yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. I'm not using a script. I'm just sharing my ideas with you. So let's keep talking about why not? Why not talk something silly today? Have a little fun, right? Dungeons & Dragons is supposed to be having fun. I do this vlog because I want to have fun, and I want you all to share in some of that joy because, man, I can't tell you how much the conversation in the comments on these videos has been making my day lately. So, look, if you have a specialty and that's where you start out, I feel like it should be the first thing you say, right? But then when you add some flavor into it, that's like the special sauce that you add, so you kind of tag that on to the end. Like, why not? And again, this is really just about players interacting with other players. Like, when you talk to me about your character, I want it to be easy for you to explain to me in just a split second what you're talking about when you tell me about your, you know, whatever it is, your sorcerer barbarian, right? You were a sorcerer and you decided you want to be able to, I don't know, swing a big axe. So you decided to dip into barbarian or something like that. Or you wanted to have an ability to rage as a sorcerer or whatever. I don't know. There's all kinds of great, funny, interesting, and probably powerful combinations out there. And so, yeah, I just thought it would be fun, silly, and interesting to just bring up this topic. Like, how do we name our multi-class characters? You tell me. What do you think we should? Does it have to be alphabetical? You know, whatever the first letter of the first class is should always go first? Or is it like whatever you damn well please? Or would you think maybe along the lines with me, like, what's your main class or your first class? Where did you start out as? And then what have you added on? So like maybe you're a fighter, sorcerer, wizard, warlock or something, I don't know. And I'll be back tomorrow with more about Dungeons & Dragons and RPG. Thank you for joining me today. Keep rolling 20s until I see you at a table someday, and remember, it's your game. Play your way.
Why does this always happen? Always happen. You have your, like, your class that you, what do you call your Oops.
I want to talk a little bit about the naming that we do with this, and, oh God, and people would kind of know, hey, I'm a cleric who's sort of, yeah, almost there. And maybe this is totally